Hi, I'm Niki Nguyen, and I'll be talking about biodiversity conservation. So, what is biodiversity? So, we split the word into two. Bio means life, and diverse means difference. So, together it means all the different kinds of life, or, in other words, biodiversity is life on Earth and the different varieties there is. Biodiversity can be measured into three different categories. The first one, the ecosystem's diversity. The second, the species diversity. And the third, the genetic diversity. The ecosystem's diversity is the number and variety of ecosystems within the different regions. This may include different biotic communities and habitats within the area, such as savannas, which are also known as grasslands, tropical rainforests, freshwater aquatics, deserts, and many more. Species diversity is the variety of species in a given ecosystem. For example, tropical rainforest has high species diversity in animals, insects, and plants. If there are a lot of animal extinctions or plants, this means there will be a decrease in species diversity. Genetic diversity is the variety of genes within a given species. Populations with high genetic diversities can survive and cope with environmental changes. Why is biodiversity important? Biodiversity is the sum total of varieties of life. Biodiversity can also help with food security. For example, if we lose bees or butterflies, which are our main pollinators, that means we will lose or have less plants, fruits, and vegetables. Having less of these plants, fruits, and vegetables growing, that means we will have less food source. Biodiversity also helps tourism and recreation. For example, let's say you and your family goes to a vacation to the Bahamas or the Mexico or any place. Usually when you go to such for vacations, you would want to go to places or activities that has aesthetic qualities. Imagine yourself ziplining above the forest, looking over the scenery, or having goggles or binoculars to go bird watching. People will usually go to these places or do these activities to take pictures or take videos of wildlife and habitats. So if there aren't any wildlife and habitats, there wouldn't be any attraction sites for people to work at and for people to go visit. Biodiversity can provide us humans with botanical medicines, pharmaceuticals, and even cosmetics. Plants and fruits such as jujube can be used and extracted to use such medical products or even cosmetics. So, what are the causes for decline in biodiversity? Habitat loss is one of the biggest threats to biodiversity. It's also the number one reason why species will go extinct. Cutting down trees, changing river flows by creating dams, or throwing waste in the sea are examples of habitat destruction. There are many tropical forests that are being cut and cleared because it is being turned into land for agriculture. Places such as Argentina and Bolivia are being cleared, meaning species such as anteaters and maned wolves are losing their homes. Coral reefs are also undergoing habitat loss. There are some places that are banning the use of sunscreens because most sunscreen have such harsh chemicals that can and will damage the coral reefs. Pollution, such as air pollution, meaning smog, which is a smoke-like fog, can affect us as human beings and the environment. Let's talk about humans first. Smog can cause so much health problems, especially towards young children and elderly. Problems such as burning in eyes, asthma, and in some cases, deaths may occur. Environmental wise, if the ozone layer gets damaged, it can also damage cell membranes on plants, which will cause growth and development to alter or not happen at all. What does that mean? Well, if there is loss in plants, that affects everyone, including animals and humans. Food sources will be limited, but as well, if there is less plants or a loss of plants, that means the filter, our natural filter to our clean air, will be gone. Overpopulation is also a problem for biodiversity. If there is an overpopulation, that means there will be a bigger demand for food, water, land, and energy. Because of this, species have been going extinct at a faster rate, coming from 1,000 to 10,000 times the natural rate. Climate change is the most obvious problem. Biodiversity is affected by climate change. Things such as temperatures warming up, or even the loss in many habitats, are a cause of climate change. We are losing habitats and ecosystems along with other species such as monarch butterflies and bees at an alarming rate. Biodiversity loss is constantly increasing every day. So, what can we do? We can participate in biodiversity conservation by increasing our knowledge of environmental issues, by educating others, and spreading awareness. This may sound little, but this can be very useful. Not many people will acknowledge what is happening around them, especially towards the environment. By educating others, they can take action by joining clubs, donating, or spreading the knowledge that they just learned. The little things matter, and it will help us in the long run. Using environmental friendly products can also help us, such as not using plastic water bottles or even recycling can help. Remember when we were younger and our teachers used to tell us the slogan, reduce, reuse, recycle. Before, I wouldn't give much time about it, but now, thinking about it, it's actually very important. Recycling can decrease the use of energy, electricity, water consumption, as well as use for landfills. As well as recycling, this can also help decrease water pollution, meaning less water bottles will go to the sea, killing animals or having animals digest them. If animals such as fishes digest plastics, that means us as human beings will digest microplastics because we're eating fish that digest them. You may have heard of this before, but driving less is an easy way to help, or even carpooling, biking, skateboarding, or walking can help. Low gas emissions means there'll be less air pollution and smog. There are so many things and ways that we can do to help biodiversity, such as joining clubs, awareing others, doing little things as walking or planting flowers such as milkweeds. Milkweeds will help by increasing or help increase population for monarch butterflies because for most agricultural lands, they will use herbicides which will kill milkweeds. Milkweeds are monarch butterflies' main source to lay eggs as well as feed. Little things as staying away or taking or not touching or taking native plants will help as well as leaving water bowls out for other animals and insects. Thank you.